I have been struggling with PTSD due to trauma from domestic violence, and the month of July is a very hard month for me because that is when I finally called the cops. There was a book a friend of mine wanted me to read, and I couldn't afford it, being that I am a single mom with a special needs child and a challenging child. She ended up getting it for me, and it's Healing the Trauma of Domestic Violence Workbook for Women, and I got it about a week ago and started reading it, which is kind of fitting to start it on one of the months that is hard for me to get through. Because even though it's been 4 years and I'm not in the domestic violence situation, I still struggle with flashbacks and nightmares and anxiety and just some things, because apparently with PTSD you can't really control it, and a lot of people don't understand. I'm on page 2 and I want to read it to you. What does it mean to say that a woman has been battered? A woman is considered to be a battered woman if she was traumatized by physical violence or threat of violence and or psychological abuse by her husband, boyfriend, or other romantic partner. To be traumatized means that a person has experienced an intensely negative emotional reaction during a stressful event. American Psychiatric Association, 1994. Hence, a woman is a battered woman if she experienced intense fear, helplessness, or horror during violence or abuse by an intimate partner. The intensity of the reaction to the violence is very important because only stressful events that evoke extremely strong negative reactions are likely to produce chronic depression and long-term stress reactions, as in PTSD. Most battered women with partner abuse related PTSD have been traumatized by repeated acts of physical violence. Many of these women have also been traumatized by acts of psychological abuse, including death threats, stalking, sex abuse, or coercion to have unwanted types of sex, kidnappings, physical restraint, badgering, harassment, or repeated pressure to engage in a variety of unwanted behaviors. Verbal cruelty, mistreatment of pets, financial control, property damage, and social isolation. And I wanted to read that because I went through pretty much everything that's on that list, and it's not easy. It's not easy having PTSD due to trauma from domestic violence and getting up every morning and taking care of your kids and fighting. The hardest part is fighting. And I just hope that this video, now that I'm finally getting to a place where I want to tell my story, will encourage other women who have gone through those horrible things, or that have either been diagnosed with PTSD or haven't, or have been called a battered woman. I want you to know that you can heal. Maybe not completely, but you will get through it. I'm no longer a battered woman, and it's taken 4 years to get from being considered battered to just struggling with PTSD and trying to heal. Through this, I haven't had a very good support system, but within the last year, I have shine a light on domestic violence ministries, and Casa has helped as well. Suncoast Center for Therapy are amazing. Just know that if you're watching this video and you're in it, there are resources to get help. You are not alone, and you don't have to stay stuck in that kind of control and fear. But when you do speak out and you do tell somebody, make sure it's somebody that will believe you. Because in my case, it took a long time to find somebody that would believe me. That's a good book. I recommend that you pick it up. I will be praying for you, and whoever you guys are, just know you're beautiful and strong, and you can get out.